Police with ticket books in hand descend just after sunrise on a row of tents and tarps sprawled out at the edge of downtown. The 6:30 wake-up call is no surprise to the dozen homeless people hunkered against the green construction fence on National Avenue and 16th Street. They've been forced out of their ragged shelters on surrounding streets several times before.
It makes me feel like we're pieces of cattle.
Very stressful, extremely stressful.
Luell Brooks, Amber Logan, and the others knew they were supposed to pack up and move off the cracked and dirty sidewalk a half hour ago. The city only allows people to sleep in public spaces from 9 at night to 6 in the morning. Now they face more citations, stay-away orders, even arrests.
And you'll see a process. Somebody gets arrested, the property is impounded. Oftentimes they're in jail for 3 days.
Advocate Michael McConnell stands across the street on this recent Wednesday with his video camera documenting the police activity.
I've seen where this is a failed effort over and over in cities across the country, and I hate to see us go down that same failed path.
The East Village resident and small business owner says he doesn't blame police for the weary cycle that he calls criminalizing the homeless.
We're filling up our county jail beds, using our county jail as an emergency shelter for people.
His finger is pointed at city leaders making the policy decisions. Still, the police seem unenthused at his recurring presence. They warn him to keep his distance.
So they target me because simply I'm documenting what the city is doing to target people who are experiencing homelessness.
McConnell has lived in San Diego for 20 years. He collects and analyzes data on homeless people in search for ways to help them. He also travels the country to see what's working in other cities and serves on multiple homeless advisory committees, all unpaid roles. He knows nearly everybody on these streets by name, and they know him.
The emotional toll is great sometimes. And I see some horrific stories. I see how people are being dehumanized.
He posts his video footage and commentary on his Facebook page to show his 22,000 followers what he thinks works and what doesn't in solving homelessness.
And building up a story, a narrative of what's going on, what's unwinding on the streets, this battle between the city and people experiencing the crisis of homelessness.
People like Luell Brooks, who moved to San Diego from Florida 4 years ago. On this day, she got a warning, but she says she was recently in jail for 3 days on charges of encroachment, blocking the sidewalk with her tent.
To me, homelessness shouldn't be a crime. And you sent me to jail because I'm homeless?
Amber Logan, a San Diego native, has a similar story, jailed for encroachment and illegal lodging. When Logan got out of jail 2 weeks ago, she says she was left with a stay-away order that includes places she relies on for food and services.
Which involves St. Vincent, Neilgood, the library, the trolley station, my job.
McConnell says the aggressive enforcement is uncompassionate and a waste of money, time, and resources that could instead be used toward homeless services and housing.
This is going on every day on the streets of San Diego, and this is somehow meant to help with this issue, and it's just not.
The issue is a staggering number of homeless, nearly 1,300 people living on the streets of downtown, and the city's struggle to manage the needy population. Permanent supportive housing to accommodate them is nearly non-existent, and many homeless people are choosing not to stay in shelters because of the strict rules. So this desperate population, many with dazed eyes and overstuffed carts, have pitched tents and handmade structures that consume entire city blocks. Their trash and hordes of belongings spill out onto the streets.
The population down here has kept growing, and their enforcement has gotten more aggressive.
McConnell says when police clear a section of street, it just pushes people to a different street.
It's moving people literally block by block by block.
Take, for instance, a section of 17th Street near Imperial. It was cleared of people and their tents last week.
They've pushed people from the sidewalk literally into the street now.
Stephen Hauser had his tent set there. Now he has moved down the block. He's hoping to avoid more time in jail.
I've been twice. Once for encroachment and the other one for not leaving the area where I was supposed to leave.
City leaders have vowed to tackle the homeless crisis this year. McConnell hopes the plans include policy changes to police procedures so the city's poorest residents can be treated with dignity and respect.
I'm going to stay on the beat because I'm going to beat the drum, and I'm just going to try to educate as many people as I can about what not to do and what to do.